Hello, guys. Welcome to the GGrated Podcast. I'm Gray, and this is Gino. Today, we're going to be talking about all kind of fun video game things and just dicking around a little bit. What do you think, Gino?
I say let's have some fun, man. Today we got a lot of topics I'm sure we can get into, and like you said, let's just have a little fun and get some things out there, man. I'm
Let's
excited for it.
get it. Let's get it. Start the intro.
GG, have a good game. Come see your buddies, Gino and Gray, and it's free. Gino with the news, Gray with the deals. You gotta take it from me. It's coming fast. It's a game of future and nostalgic past. Let's get it. Let's get it. The GG Rated Podcast.
That's us. All right. So, today, I want to talk about a movie trailer, and I want to tell you how real the Xbox handheld is. I don't know what you want to talk about, but how you been, first of all?
I've been good, man. Had a bunch of changes in life, I guess you could say so far. But other than that, I mean, not too bad. Things been good. I ended up getting a promotion with my job. Um, Went from corporal to sergeant with my department,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, just been playing some t-ball. It's t-ball season for my 5-year-old. My daughter is about to try out for cheer. Got a lot going on, man, as you can tell. But yeah, I head back to the streets and patrol come tomorrow. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And yeah, what about yourself, man?
Bro, finally getting settled in our new house and whatnot. I got my truck back. If you could see the whole camera, when it was still daytime, I could see when I had the whole camera up. You could actually see my truck parked out of my window here up in the loft. But yeah, getting settled in. Just bought a storage building to store just random stuff that we collect and store my dirt bike and all that good stuff. I mean, I don't even know where to start, so I don't even think I'm going to. We might talk about that at a
And
later
then
date.
and then it just keeps piling up, from that point forward. Like once you get in the house, it's like, oh, I need this, I need that, and
Oh
then it
yeah.
just keeps
Oh,
piling up, right?
big purchase I did was an 85-inch TCL uh mini or mini LED. I always forget the name of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that's
yeah,
called.
yeah. So let me throw that out there. I know you brought that up, and a lot of people ask this question, so I'm glad you kind of brought this up a little bit. But the way that technology is going, guys, and we do talk a lot about tech as well. So this is going to kind of help people, because people kind of keep TVs what sometimes 10 years or more, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
until they go out, and the normal thing would be back in the day, do you remember this, Josh? Plasma TVs. Do you remember that? Plasma. Anyways, they
Plasma?
had plasma TVs. I had an ex girlfriend that had a plasma TV. It was like the OLED kind of like an OLED. And then they have LED, which became widely popular because they became so cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Widely produced. The problem with LED is it's just the blacks are not that well. It's more like grays on a show or anything like that. Like you're not going to get true blacks on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
When I say true blacks, take it for instance, like when your TV is off and you see the black screen, that is true black. Okay. When you have a dark scene in a movie and you have your TV on, if you ever notice, it's kind of like a little gray film over it. It's not exactly pitch black dark. So that's when you know you really got a good TV if they got really good gray darks. So Josh, just I take that full circle to let everybody know. Josh says he bought an 85-inch TCL, and I'm like, man, 85-inch. I was like, there ain't no way. So he tells me he ends up getting mini LED. Mini LED, I've been reading up on, and if anybody doesn't know this, you can always hit me up. I'll tell you exactly how it goes. But OLED has always been great. But Gray, I'm sure you can answer this question. What is the worst thing about OLED, though?
The burn in is what everybody says.
Yes,
That'll burn in over
yes,
time.
absolutely. So apparently it's got so much better that you don't really have to worry about that anymore, right? Like even the Switch is OLED, the new Switch, remember before, not the Switch 2 guys that's coming out, but the new one that they have released is OLED. And we have a Steam Deck OLED, I think, as
Mm-hmm.
well, right? Don't we? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the next step that kind of fixes that problem is a mini LED. So you have a bunch of LEDs, very small, and you can control the blackness. So when the LEDs are off, it makes it true black.
True black.
So that's really they're kind of still very expensive. But mini LEDs is probably going to be the way to go because it's probably going to last a lot longer than an OLED. So
Yeah, and
especially on a
it's-
TV, if you have something
Right.
in the same spot for a long time,
And it isn't
right?
as expensive as an OLED. And to me, it still looks great. I got this one because it's really bright, and in the daytime, we have a lot of windows in our living room, so it could maybe cause an extra glare on the TV. But the TV gets so bright, dude. Like at night, I have to turn it down.
Well, that's the other positive of mini LED is the brightness, the nit. They call it nits, guys. The nit is so high on a mini LED compared to an OLED. Sometimes an OLED doesn't get that bright. It has a good saturation of colors, like the colors pop. But these mini LEDs, I'm telling you, is going to be the new mass-produced thing. LEDs are going to phase out. I'm telling you they are.
This is a high brightness ultra direct LED backlight, produces up to 5,000 nits peak brightness.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good, and it's considered a QD mini LED, which is the same thing that we've been talking about. But I also
all these companies make these different names, like QD or QLED, mini LED. Like they make their own branding for this stuff, like Apple Intelligence,
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
True.
What was you going to say though?
I was just going to say that also while we were in there, I got me a Best Buy credit card, and I decided to pick up a full surround sound system from Sony, and man, it's cool. It's really fun to watch everything down there now. But that's probably the only like tech news that I got that I was going to build a computer this year, but instead of doing that, basically I got this and some other stuff for here on the farm. So, but that's about all I got. Is there any big news you want to share?
It could be big enough for a farm, for real. That land that you got, man. I mean, he could kill a deer on it and everything. But that's awesome news, though, man. Dude, I got to get me a new TV now, just because you got one. I'm going to tell my wife that. You think she'll go for it?
Absolutely, you got to do it.
She's over there in the background, like heck no.
She's like no.
But that's pretty much all that's been going on, man. Just kind of staying busy.
Nice, dude. I love it. Well, we can move right into the next segment, which is the gaming moment of the week. Let's play this right here. Gaming moment of the week. Also, I have the camera up now so you can see us. It's streaming on Discord.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, cool.
I got you, dude.
I got it working now, boy. So,
guys, you should see us right now. We're both like looking at the camera, looking at each other, like, do you see me? Or do you not see me? We're having some technical difficulties, dude, where my Streamlabs just would not work, man.
Yeah.
So we was just like, let's go old school with it. Just Discord it.
I was having issues too, man, because it started storming here, and I was like, oh no, is this going to affect Starlink? And it hasn't really, but for some reason, I wasn't getting all the speed to my laptop. I checked Starlink, and it was getting lots of speed, but my laptop was only getting like 5 megabytes. So I'm like, not now. I don't want to troubleshoot this now of all times. I don't know if you're still there. That is hilarious. How I was just talking about it, and now it froze. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, there you go. You're back. You're back.
No, you were gone too. That's so
Don't talk smack about Starlink, dude. Elon's listening. He's gonna knock you out.
He's like,
gonna knock out your internet.
You're done. But anyways, my gaming moment, I got a few different ones to talk about, but the main one that I always love to talk about is when I'm talking about playing games with my oldest son. There's a game called Chariot. And for those that haven't played Chariot, you can either play it by yourself or you can play it with others. I'm going to share a little bit of gameplay here. And basically, you're trying to get a chariot through these maps. You have like zip lines and stuff that you can do and different abilities that you unlock as you progress. Let me show it right here in the video scene. And your camera's all wonked up, but we're just going to deal with it.
It's all good.
Yeah. So this is Chariot. which is pretty cool. A really fun game for us to play. He's loving it, dude. And I actually bought it on sale for like $3 on Steam Deck. But I think with the game the game launched.
I can see you. I'm looking over.
Oh, yeah, you're up there checking it out. So let me skip ahead a little bit. You can kind of get the gist of it. Right now they're playing by themselves, but you can play with other people. You're basically
That looks pretty cool.
trying to get this thing across these maps, and it's
Looks like a 2D game, guys. For
Yeah.
our audio listeners.
It's
a 2D game.
2D platformer, really fun. It was only $3. I was gonna buy him Mario Wonders, and I was like, it was out at Walmart because I wanted to buy the actual physical copy. But instead, I was like, let me find a cheap game on Steam for us to play, and we've been loving this one. So we're probably going to play it tonight after this. Really fun. But anyways.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Definitely with the two players, like playing with your son and all that stuff. And I know you was kind of talking about Split Fiction a little bit. You brung up that game about playing it. I think that's going to be a really cool game. I played, they're the makers from It Takes Two. And y'all can look back on our GGrated channel, and I actually did a live stream, I think, with my daughter at one point for It Takes Two. But that game was so fun working together with, and Josh has been bringing up about us possibly getting into that hopefully soon. And maybe we can do a good stream on the Split Fiction game where you kind of work together. Very good co-op game, man.
Oh, dude.
We need
yeah.
either do that, Josh, that, or do like, I mean, we gotta start doing some co-ops, like maybe some like the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up co-ops, or start going retro, do some launch box and do some retro games. I was doing that the other night on TikTok, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you saw that.
But no, I was
this guy
watching a movie with my wife.
Okay. But this guy was talking. I kind of going off a little bit, guys. I know we're in gaming moment of the week here.
That's okay.
But just based off of what you're talking about with that game with your son, which is super cool, just kind of getting a game and just playing it, enjoying it, getting your money's worth for it, right?
Yep.
And I was just streaming some. So I set up my PlayStation for my PC, so I can stream now, and I got me a little game capture card. So I was streaming some NCAA, and he was like, "Man, what's that game that was a first-person football game that they released?" And I was like, "Dude, I think that was like Super Nintendo." We kept going back and forth with it, back and forth. And he was like, "It would be so cool if they released a first-person football game." And I thought it was like some ESPN Super Nintendo game. Whenever you get to a certain spot, it does a special scene, and it's like you're running. And I had those games, and so I put on Launchbox, put in and started playing them, and that one wasn't it. But it was super cool just playing all these retro games. And then finally we got to PlayStation 2, and I tried NFL 2K5, which is the most well-known football games ever. And dude, they had a first-person view the entire time.
Whoa.
Like they have a first-person mode.
That's
so
cool.
it's like you're in the helmet, and you can look to your left, your right, get underneath center. You can tackle, you can like run. I mean, it's like a VR game on the PC.
That's
pretty
cool.
much. If they put that into VR, it was so cool, man.
Oh, I bet it's
that
already
kind of
out
goes
there.
into
I bet they already
Oh, I
have
bet you
something
it
like
is.
that on VR.
They do. No, they do. But I don't think it's NFL 2K5.
Right.
I'm just saying this is PlayStation 2 era, and that had to be my gaming moment of the week. It was just so cool just getting there, and you can like hit the button, throw the football, and then like the guy, you turn to the right receiver, and you have to like literally, you can see it coming into your hands and catching it.
Whoa.
And we was all going on there, and it was like, man, they need to turn that into like a VR game. That would be so cool to
That'd
do
be
that.
awesome.
But yeah, that was pretty much what you're kind of talking about. Kind of my
Whoa.
gaming moment of the week. Woo! My controller.
Despot.
There was no despot. No despot. Can't have any of that.
None of that.
My Xbox Elite controller
Looking good.
got a little everything just kind of came off of it and exploded a little bit.
Nice.
But anyways, that would be my gaming moment. It's just doing that, guys, and just kind of having fun with that. doing some retro gaming. So I hope at some point, kind of like what you and Shit was doing, we can get some co-op games going on, man. That'd be really fun.
Heck yeah. That'd be awesome. Well, sweet. That's our gaming moment of the week, talking about PlayStation 2 retro game and Chariot. Let's go into news and deals.
Let's go.
News and deals. So that's one deal I definitely wanted to mention was that Chariot game. I don't know if it's still, available as a deal, but I got it for super cheap. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I can't get anything
Okay.
working. I might have to get you to look
We
at
don't
it.
struggle in, huh?
Bro,
Okay.
literally never have issues with Starlink ever. But something's going on. I think it's my PC too. But yeah, and kind of an honorable mention of a game that I played actually that I didn't really talk about, which was on sale. I don't know if it is right now. It is a Deep Rock Galactic. Like you're basically dwarfs in space, and you come to different like planetoids, asteroids, whatever, and you mine for materials and fight back monsters that might be on those planets. And each
Sounds like Starfield over here.
dude, it's awesome. It's a really fun game. It's fun to play with other people. I did play that some with Daniel because I got it on sale for like $8 or whatever. But yeah, I can't pull up the deals, man. Do you think you can?
So yeah, I got Chariot pulled up on Steam. I just have it on Steam,
Mm-hmm.
which mostly for our PC guys, we're mostly PC. I'm sure you can have it on Xbox and all, but Chariot's going to be $2.99
Oh, there it
with
is.
a very positive rating. $2.99 with a very positive rating.
Mhm.
So I
It's
would
great.
definitely. It's 80% off right now. It's a weekend deal. I'm definitely gonna have to snatch that one up.
Yep.
But yeah, I would definitely check out Chariot. What he was talking about. That's definitely going to be the deal. What's the other game you want them to know about?
Deep Rock Galactic. I don't know if it's still on sale, but I picked it up for like $8 or something. It was cheap.
It is not. It is going to be $29.99 right now on Steam.
Yeah.
But y'all keep an eye out on that. Make sure you put it on your wish list on Steam as well. You can check on maybe Xbox and see what kind. Let me check real quick for y'all and see. It's going to be $30 on the Microsoft Store as well. But
Okay.
they always do sales on these kind of games. So if we mention them and the sale's not there, hit it to your wish list on all consoles, and it will let you know when it goes on sale as well.
Mm-hmm. There any others you want to mention? Can you see any that stick out to you
No.
on there?
I don't, but I can try to look and see just real quick and see if anything kind of comes out for sale wise and
Mhm.
see what they have. So we have weekend deals on Cult of the Lamb is 50% off for $12.49 right now, guys. Like I said, these are all wrapping up by the time you'll probably hear this. But you got Dead by Daylight 5, which is 60% off on Steam as well. You have some you have a lot of these indie games right now. Well, this ain't an indie game. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide is
Mhm.
50% off, only $20 right now. We had a lot of fun with that game. Do you remember that we played with Blaze
Oh
for a
yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, that
We
was really
played that
fun.
game a little bit. That
Mhm.
was actually pretty fun. It's just something that just didn't catch our attention for so long, but it was actually pretty good.
Right.
We have Risk of Rain 2 for 67% off. Normally $25 is only $8.24. This game, just to kind of let people know, because I know you probably don't even know what this is, but it's escape a chaotic alien planet by fighting through hordes of frenzies monsters.
I want to do
with
that.
your friends or
Let's
you're
do
on
it.
your own. Yes. Yes. Combine loot in surprising ways and master each character until you become the havoc you feared upon your first crash landing. Dude, I am looking at the gameplay, Josh, and dude, it's actually pretty cool. Like you and your friends will get in there and it's got this art style,
What's the name of it?
cartoon kind of art style to it. It's called Risk of Rain 2.
Oh, I actually own
So-
that game. What am I talking about? I own that game. It's really
okay.
fun. It's a great Steam Deck game too. I didn't
Yeah.
hear you say the title. Yeah, it's really cool. The waves of enemies get harder, but you get stronger as you get stuff off of the waves of enemies. It's really
Do,
neat.
is this co? Yeah, it's online
Yeah,
co-op.
yeah,
So
it's
right
co-op.
here is a game that you and me need to
Hmm.
play, man.
I
That would
got
be
it, man.
awesome.
I used to play it with a guy at work that he bought a Steam Deck after I did. Well, not like right after, but I encouraged him. He had just got hired at my job, and I was like, dude, I play on lunch break and stuff. You need to get you one. And he was an avid gamer, so he picked up a Steam Deck, and he was like, hey, you need to check out this game, Risk of Rain. And I was like, I'll buy it on the spot. So I bought it, and we played that night because it wasn't a big download at all, because of
Guys,
that
y'all
art
say
style.
Steam Deck, you say cheap game, you say Josh download.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. I see cheap game.
you're
I have
hitting the
Steam Deck.
spot.
I
You're hitting the
download.
spot.
Yeah, I love them, dude. I just bought another game called Cluster Truck, where you're trying to jump from truck to truck to get through maps. I've been playing the crap out of
Oh,
that, dude.
oh,
Dude, you
oh,
gotta check it
dude.
out. Thank
Shep
you,
would
honey.
love that game, bro.
Oh yeah,
Shep would love it.
dude. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys real quick Cluster Truck because it is freaking awesome. For our video.
Y'all stay tuned after this. We will be coming up on the news and talking about that new Nintendo Switch 2 news that was broke. That new
Oh
Nintendo
yeah.
Switch 2 news.
Just
Y'all stay tuned.
just really quick, watch this video scene. This is Cluster Truck. It's freaking awesome, dude.
Fix me while that's playing.
Okay, you know I love these games too. Like you already
Yeah.
know that these games are right up my alley where you're trying to get through and you're jumping and all that stuff.
Oh, dude, that's literally like
That's me, dude.
How do you find these games? That's all I
Well,
wanna know is how do
actually,
you-
I played this one originally on Xbox, back in years ago, and I found it on Steam. It's a great Steam Deck game.
I think you got to put me.
I know.
Put me.
I gotta put you over the top of it. There it is. There. But dude, so you get like abilities
you
and
go.
stuff where you can go slow motion and all those types of things. And dude, it's really fun. You know that I love those games. Another one was
Dude, so what he's talking about loving these games is kind of like a what's that game? It's speedrun games, guys. It's a
Mhm.
lot of speedrun games that he loves. So anything like that, he finds them. He finds every single one that they make like that.
Neon White is another one that's
Neon White,
outstanding.
that was a good one.
I
though.
love that game,
That was a-
man. I want to play it again.
Yeah.
Actually, it's fun. But anyways, yeah.
You want to
News, dude. News. What's the news?
go into the news?
Yeah.
Let's go into the news. So let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, guys. Nintendo Switch 2. Everybody's been waiting for this thing for, honestly, I think the hype kind of wore down a little bit. People started getting aggravating because they just would not announce this thing. Well, this past Tuesday, they finally did it. They announced the Nintendo Switch 2, did a full-on reveal for software, for hardware. And we're going to try to go through this kind of quick, okay? And we're going to try to break this down for you. So this is going to go for all the family and friends, everybody that's watching, to understand what are you getting with the Switch 2 that you're not going to have with the Switch, right? So the good news is if you go to the Switch 2, especially for the holidays, all your games, most of the games, is going to work with the Switch 2. Now, what you have to remember is there's 3 different kind of games that you're going to have situations with. This is where it gets confusing, okay? The first game is just going to work just like the Switch, won't have any enhancements to it, but you still get to play the game on the Switch 2. The second one is going to be where they have some adjustments and you're going to have an update on performance, right? A little bit better frame rate, a little bit more clarity to it. And then the third one is where you're going to have to actually pay and you can actually do an upgrade. Well, the second one also with the performance and all that's going to cost money, guys. We don't know how much money it's going to be. If it's going to be, $10, $30, we don't know, and what you get from it. But the third stage is the Nintendo Switch 2 games, okay? And those are going to be maybe the same game, but have completely revamped, more content with it, like downloadable content in regards to it. Nintendo is known for that, right? Selling the same game through every generation, every single time, right?
Mhm.
The good news is if you have your Switch games and you're okay with those games and the way they look, there's no reason to upgrade to the Switch 2 games. That's probably going to be the same thing, right? So that is in reference to the games. Don't worry about that. You can play them. The big deal that everybody is talking about is games for the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be $80, starting at $80 a cart now. Secondly, a lot of these games, not every one, but a lot of them are going to be put the card in and then you have to download it onto the console. So you're going to have to make sure you have storage. It's not going to have the physical game on the card. So in the future, if you're not able to download it or the servers are down, the cart doesn't mean anything. A lot of people are really upset about that. It's showing right now all the first person games, like the Nintendo games, like they announced a new Donkey Kong game that's going to be like a Super Mario Odyssey game. That game is going to be all on carts. So all those games are on carts, but like they announced Elden Ring for the console. That is not going to be on the cart. That's going to be a cart, but when you put it in, it's going to download it. So you got to pay attention to this stuff when you're buying it for your kids, or if you're buying it for yourself. Make sure that if you get a cart, that's actually on the cart. Because other than that, you might as well get that little discount and buy it in the store and just buy it digitally by itself. Okay. So let's talk hardware now. That's going to be the game carts. That's the biggest things. Rise in price, right? Be able to play the old backwards compatible games. But as far as the hardware goes, when you're in handheld mode, it's going to be 1080p. Okay. 1080p, and it can go to 120 frames per second in handheld mode. Josh, tell me the truth. I mean, that's pretty good though. I will say that's pretty
really
awesome.
impressive for a handheld.
So now, as far as docked is going to be 4K 60. Okay, it's not going to be 120, but you get that 4K. It goes all the way up to 4K when you do dock it, and there is a built-in fan for the dock, so it's going to keep it cooler and it's going to kind of maintain those frame rates really well. So instead of the regular 64 gigs that you get with the regular Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2 is now going to have 256 of internal storage, 256 gigs of internal storage. So when you talk about internal storage, that's what you get without a memory card. Now, that memory card has to be a SanDisk, not a SanDisk, but it's got to be an express card. So the Nintendo Switch micro SD cards that you put in are not going to work with the Switch 2 at all. So you have to make sure you get one of those express cards so it can actually run it. Okay, so those are going to kind of go up a little bit. I would snatch them up now before the release date. So let's talk about the release date, right? The release date, that's a whole nother controversy that just happened. They announced the price as being $449.99. The release date was going to be June 5th, 2025. The pre-order date is April 9th, but they just delayed the pre-order date because of the tariffs that's been implemented. And there's talks that the price might go up before, but the release date has not changed. It's for June 5th. Okay, is the release date. I don't know how they're going to handle all this or what they're going to do, but they're taking a back step right now after they could not have timed this at a worse time in 7 years announcing this thing. Let's go back to the hardware just real quick, Josh. So they had on the old Switch a USB-C connection on the bottom. The problem with that is when you play it in handheld mode, right? In handheld mode, you lay it on a table or something, you cannot charge it. You have to have a certain stand or something, right? You can't use the stand for the Nintendo Switch, right?
Right.
So now they have it where there's a USB-C on top and a USB-C on bottom as well. There is also a microphone that comes on this Nintendo Switch. So kind of like if anybody has a PlayStation 5, there's a microphone on the controllers. Okay, so here's a PS5 controller. Right here, there's a microphone. So you do not have to have a headset. You don't have to have a microphone. If you go into game chat with somebody, you can talk and it's pretty clear on the controller. That's pretty good. So it's kind of the same design that Nintendo is going with, but they took it a step further. Okay, so now they have this thing called the game chat feature. So there's a little C button on the Nintendo Switch. And when you press that C button, they're going to be releasing a camera as well that you can hook to your Nintendo Switch. So when you press that C button, everybody can be on the camera like you're streaming, and you can play with each other. So it'd be just like what me and Josh is doing right now if you're looking at us both together. And then there's gameplay, and we can all see, no matter, we don't even have to play the same game. If Josh wants to play Super Mario Brothers and I want to play Donkey Kong, he'll be able to see me playing playing Donkey Kong, and then I can see him playing Super Mario Brothers, and we can split that screen on the Nintendo Switch. I think that is an absolutely awesome feature that they're going to have with that, and it only comes if you have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, though. Expansion membership, not just the normal $20, guys. So speaking of that, I know this is a lot, but just letting you know, speaking of the membership, the expansion is now going to include Nintendo GameCube games. Hallelujah. That's all I'm going to say. They've been waiting forever. People's been asking for it, wanting it. The games are going to be amazing. I can't wait for even more of those games to come. Nintendo GameCube has some of the best Nintendo games you can get. It does come with Wi-Fi. It has HDR support for the system as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of things we can go on and on and on about. There's going to be a new Mario Kart game finally come out. So it's going to be Mario Kart World, where you drive around kind of like a New Horizon. What is that we always play, that racing game, Josh?
On
On
Forza
Xbox.
Horizons. Are you talking about
Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally that, but it's Mario Kart, pretty much. So that's what they have going on with that as well.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I've heard people talk about it, and it looks like a new take on the Mario Kart universe, which is going to be really fun.
So with all that being said, the price could be $499 with the bundle, the Mario Kart bundle with the new game. Or if you just pay for the system $450, the game is actually going to be $80. So you're saving $30 by buying it with the bundle for $500. $500's a hard pill to swallow, I feel like. But I have to say, when we asked for an upgrade for it, they gave us an upgrade. The last thing I want to mention, all right, and then that'll be it for this segment, Josh, but the biggest thing that people have just absolutely loved is the Joy-Cons. They have made the analog sticks bigger. They have made it magnetized, where they click. They say it's extremely satisfying. And the biggest thing that everybody is falling in love with is they can actually turn the Joy-Cons now and actually use them as a mouse. And they say it's smooth, it's nice. So all those like Civilization 4, 5, 6, all this stuff, or maybe World of Warcraft when Xbox partners up with Nintendo and they get that, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to use all these games that no other console systems are able to use, not on a PC, Josh, with a mouse, with a Joy-Con. That's right there the whole time. I think that was so clever.
I think it's cool. And what else I think is really cool about it is people forget that a large majority of this audience, especially on Switch, is kids. And I know that my little boy, like, he's not exactly ready for a computer and everything that a computer entails, but he can do a lot of the same things that I do on here, as far as getting on Discord, and we got our games going and our cameras and all that stuff. This is going to do that all in a package that he understands, and he's going to get to explore what that feels like. And I think it's not that it's dumbed down, it's just brought in a really easy way to where it's going to all be in the same ecosystem, and it's probably going to work a lot smoother than, if you were to do these type of things on a PC. So I'm excited for him when we do get this. I'm not sure when exactly I'm going to get a Switch 2. It might be probably Christmas or something. We just got in the Switch ecosystem, and he's really enjoying his. He plays it all the time. So
I think the biggest thing is, like, this is the situation that me and Josh as dads even experienced tonight. A matter of fact, as we was trying to get this stream going, both our sons wanted to play Minecraft together. And the cool thing with the Switch too, what's the one thing that you said just a second ago when they wanted to play together? I wish they had voice chat, you know? And that's been the biggest gripe you have to use a phone and all that, but you're not going to have a 5-year-old is not going to have a phone
Right.
in an app download, so it's up to us to have them communicate or just sit on a phone call the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
With this new Switch 2, the biggest feature to me is you can buy that extra camera for $50, which I think would be worth it. Set it up somewhere by your Switch or something. And when they're ready to play, it shows them, the mic picks them up. They don't even need a headset or anything.
Yeah.
Mic picks them up, and it has noise cancellation. So if mom is over there vacuuming behind them, it's not going to pick up the noise. They even showed that in the video.
Right.
So they can talk to each other and see each other and watch the gameplay too.
That's cool.
So we had an issue where we didn't know if one person was in the map, one person was not in the map. They can see everything that's happening between both of them, and they get to kind of interact with each other. So for somebody like us, we don't live close together. We don't get the experience. Our kids don't experience those moments like you and me did, Josh, where we're getting pizza, Mountain Dew all the time, playing some Halo, linking it up, on the regular Xbox, you know what I'm saying? The OG Xbox. But maybe this can start bringing people a little bit more together, especially family and friends, where they've seen each other play games and they're actually talking to each other on there instead of just, watching the game and not watching the other people, because you actually see the people on the screen on the bottom. So I think it's going to be super cool.
I think it is too, man. Everything that you just explained too about them being able to see each other. I forgot about the camera that you can plug up with it and all that. That's got to be a really fun experience, especially like they don't have to go into Discord and set their camera and do all that stuff. And sometimes it can be tedious. And if you have a lot of different audio stuff happening, it's like, it can be aggravating. But if it's all in the same system, like that would be like if the Steam Deck had a camera on it and you could just like sit there and that'd be sweet. But I'm excited for it. Honestly, dude, hearing you talk about it got me more excited than I was for it. So I'm kind of.
It's just gonna be a hard pill to swallow. Is it? It's you're gonna have to just ram it down.
Yeah. Well, I still have that Best Buy credit card, so that might come in handy.
I will tell you this. And Ashley knows this. My wife knows this. I've already started. I already got money being saved. She knows how I am when it comes to like definitely the Nintendo consoles. So yeah, I'm already saving for it, man. I got to ahead of time. So hopefully I will be able to snatch it up before our guys trip. Because we're going in the middle of June, I think, or something is what we're planning. So that comes out on June 5th. So hopefully I have that Switch 2 there and I can really convince you to snag one up.
Yeah.
So
totally.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna probably bring my Switch 1 and be playing some of that while we're doing that.
Yeah, we can still play it. Yeah.
But
play with each other, right?
Yeah, but dude, awesome news. That was a great breakdown, great explanation. I really like the way you did that. Let's go into our main topic real quick. You ready? There you go. Here it is. Main topic, dude. I wanted to talk about a few movies coming out and see what you thought. I don't know if you've seen this trailer yet for Tron Ares. Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Tron Ares. Check it out. I'm going to play the audio real low. Basically, we're overlooking the top of a city. And now you're looking at the light cycles from Tron in the real world. He's about to pop the laser out of the back, splits a cop car in half. Dude, this got me hyped. I was like, yes, looks amazing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm looking for something.
Looks absolutely amazing.
Something I do not understand.
Why is it in the real world?
Exactly. Why is it in the real world? I think, like, in the last Tron, if you watch Tron Legacy, one of my favorite movies, such a good movie, came out years ago, highly underrated movie. I think it's got a lot of love now, but for some reason didn't do that well back in the day.
Dude, that looks so good.
Oh, yeah. And it's got a few actors. What's his name is in it? Jared Leto. He's about to pop up. Look at that, dude.
Ready?
It looks like the world kind of is starting to combine or something.
Yep, combined.
That's what it looks like.
If you watch the last one, he was able to bring out the girl from the last one into the real world. That was the very end of that movie.
I don't remember that. It's been so long. I don't even forgot, man.
Tron.
Don't they have a ride at
Ares.
Disney?
Yeah,
A Tron ride?
I actually rode it. It was really fun. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Ooh, October 10th.
It's gonna be cool, man. I'm super excited about that. I don't know how big of a Tron fan you are exactly, but I love it.
It's been a while. I like the movie,
Uh-huh.
Josh. It's just been a while. It's hard to remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch it now, though. But
yeah.
I did like the technology aspect. You know, anything with futuristic technology, I am on board, dude. 100%.
Yeah, and the whole so the arcade that the guys in the Tron Legacy, the arcade that the guy's dad owned was called like Flynn's Arcade, and I thought it looked so cool. There was like a big arcade cabinet at the end that would spin into like his lab where he would go like into the games and stuff. And I remember,
Josh, you still got time. Add it into the house, bro.
dude, I
You
need
still
an
got time.
arcade. I've always wanted one. It's such a cool thing, especially, dude. Could you imagine like 80s arcades are at their height? You're in there gaming with your buddies, trying to hit the high score. That is a vibe, man, that I want to be a part of. If I had a time machine, that would definitely be
Dude,
one of the places I went.
How cool would it be to sit here and you just walk in your backyard, you know, it's dark, you flip that switch, and it's like boop, 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 you know, and it's like everything just starts, you know, just turning on and stuff, and you see all the noise. That right there is a vibe, man.
Absolutely.
Make you some pizza. Oof.
Yep. And there's another one I wanted to mention. I was going to see what you thought about it. Was the Legend of Zelda movie got confirmed. It's going to come out in 2027. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Do you know it's coming out within a week of the new Sonic movie?
There's another Sonic movie coming out?
Dude, yes.
I didn't know that.
Sonic and Shadow, you have the Sonic and Shadow movie, right? That came out, but Amy is coming on the next one. It was at the very end of the trailer.
Oh, yes, I think I remember now. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Zelda movie too. That's kind of another topic.
I want to see a trailer.
I wish there was a trailer.
I'm just kidding. I wish it was.
I bet there's an AI Legend of Zelda trailer. Let's look at this. I bet you there is.
It's everything AI.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Look at. Okay, hold on. Of course, it's got this guy in it. I forget his name. This is the AI-inspired Legend of Zelda trailer by KH
Of course,
Studio.
they gotta do the Universal emblem on there. Comcast.
Okay.
This is gonna be like Lord of the Rings footage over here or something. Watch.
Okay.
All I know is that Zelda better be hot. Okay.
Yeah, she's
like,
got to be. She's got to be on another level.
Like smoking. Yes.
And even the stars in the sky seem to shine.
Man, they're really making it slow upon this trailer, guys. All you seen is like beautiful scenes for like 10 minutes.
But
Ganon's coming, son.
Oh, this is Breath of the Wild, Ganon, huh?
The Legend of Zelda first trailer with Tom Holland. There's nothing going on. Look, that looks dumb.
Oh, it is Tom Holland.
That's dumb.
Showing him ride a horse.
Yeah.
Like
stupid.
low budget film over here.
So, what I'm really hoping that they do, I'm just gonna talk over this because this is lame. What I'm really hoping they do is they do Ocarina of Time, and they start just like you start in the video game, where you wake up and you get your little fairy, and it's like, hey, where it like aggravates you and everything, and you start from there. Like you really build, you like make sure you do it slow, so that everybody really enjoys everything about that world. I don't want Tom Holland in it. I don't. No.
Wait a second,
please.
Josh. You want to build? Can I just add to that real quick?
Yeah.
So, do you think it would have been better to start a TV series instead of a movie, though?
No,
if you want that,
I don't want a TV series either. I want a movie. I want like a legit movie,
kind of
like
the
Lord of the
Karate Kid.
Rings. What?
like Cobra Kai.
No. I want something.
No,
I want
think about
cinema. I want cinema.
Oh, I want cinema buns.
Yeah,
Cinema.
I want cinema, baby. Like I want them.
Listen,
I want Lord of the Rings style
But you-
hardcore cinema.
you with that depth, you're not gonna get that. Okay, think of it like this. Think of it like Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
nobody has came close to getting to where they were when it came to Endgame,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that took movies,
Yeah.
so many movies, so many tie-ins.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tie it into a Mario because that's the only one they have right now going
Mhm.
with them, right? So how do you make it where it's meaningful?
Well,
Can you elaborate on that for
well,
everybody? Like,
the thing with Legend of Zelda is that Link is basically reincarnated over and over. Like he keeps doing this same battle over and over. So if you really wanted to bring like 3 or more movies and kind of like have that happen over and over in a different way, I would be down for it, man. Like just imagine you start with Ocarina of Time, maybe do some of the other games, and then you open up to Breath of the Wild. You do a Breath of the Wild movie would be freaking nuts. And then you go
wait,
to
wait, wait.
this last Zelda game, which I haven't finished yet.
Tears of the
but
King.
Tears of the Kingdom.
But
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
tie into Breath of the Wild. But what I'm getting at is you saying make it standalone different movies, not tied together.
Yeah,
Or are you saying tie them together?
So yeah, I mean, all of it's tied together in a sense because they're all the same story, just told
Different
in a different
worlds, and
way.
then at the end, like they all kind of make it somehow combined or something.
Yeah,
Like,
something like I
that
think
would
you
be
could do.
sick. That would be sick, dude.
The main thing I want is I just want them done well, and I want them to treat them with reverence and respect that they deserve. Ocarina
You know why
of
I'm smiling
Time.
right now?
Why?
Because all I kept thinking about was like done right, and the first thing that came to my mind was Master Chief on the last the series, the series. And I know how you feel about that, but it's just
that just
it was
made
so
me
funny.
sad. Yeah, they screwed the pooch on that. That sucks. They suck. That was stupid. Master Chief doesn't take his helmet off, especially in the first episode. Get the freak out of here. And he doesn't clap cheeks, and then he goes against the government that he was like born and raised to be a part. Come on, dude. Stupid. Stupid show.
I didn't
Yeah,
mean to get you all rowdy, but it just that's why I started laughing, dude. I
Yeah.
was like, oh boy.
Me and my son started playing the Master Chief Collection, and it's like, man, just go back to the basics. Keep it simple. I want a show
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That would be great. But yeah, I
But,
really hope.
but yes.
I really hope. So I don't know if it's going to be animated. Is it live action or is it animated?
It's
Did they
live.
say?
It's live.
It's live action. So I have no idea who they would get to play Link. It's going to have to be somebody. I don't know. I wish they would do somebody new. Just get a new actor, much like they did with the original Superman. Like, do that. Like, make a
Yeah.
star out of the new actor. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and see what you thought.
No, I think I really agree. Is you kind of gotta kind of like what they do with the Mario movie. I know it's animated a lot, but when you come to the Legend of Zelda, I think you kind of got to go a little bit. Definitely, if you're doing live, right? You really have to build relationships. You have to build the atmosphere, the vibe. If you just go in there and just have an action movie and just run through it, they're gonna remember it and forget it just as quick. And the next one is just it's gonna be mediocre. So if you build something that's like, oh, this tied into the game here. Oh, this is what he did here. Oh, here's Ganon, what I'm saying over here. And you start building that stuff out, man, that's when people start getting into the lore of Zelda. Like not just the game lore, but the movie lore too. But you cannot, I will tell you this. I agree with you wholeheartedly on this. You cannot go opposite of what the game is. You can't go away from the game's core of Zelda. You know what I mean? And Link.
Right. No.
Do you agree with that? Like you can't sit here and come up with your own story and all this kind of stuff. They're gonna be like, what is this? It's gonna
Yeah,
be another
don't do
Halo.
that.
If you do that. It's gonna be
Mhm.
another Halo. So I'm kind of nervous at the same time, but I think people's kind of figured it out. Look at Sonic. They set the way on Sonic, and they changed. Remember, they came up with this terrible character, and they had a lot of feedback on that, and a lot of people mad about it, and they changed it. And now look, they're on their 4th film, dude, with Sonic,
Mhm.
and they've killed it every time.
They absolutely
So
have.
yeah, Speaking of, I was able to get me a nice 50% off shirt from the Sonic movie at the movie theater.
Oh, really?
Dude. It was legit. It was legit. I just
Cool.
want to throw that out there. Yeah.
Hey, man, you didn't give me one, bro. I would have got one too, man.
Sorry.
Call me
Sorry,
next
man.
time,
I only
brother.
have one, bro. Only have one, bro.
Only- That's awesome. Yeah, I want to get some more merch like that. That's cool. But anyways,
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about?
No, man, that's it, dude. I think I've enjoyed the show. Hopefully, everybody else enjoyed the show,
Yeah.
man. I think we went through a lot, man, with the deals, with the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, with Zelda, with the new Tron. I mean, dude, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Great
think so,
episode.
too. It was a great episode. It was good to get back. It was good to actually, for the most part, everything worked. I wasn't on my phone trying to record and all that stuff. You know, we're both in that, or at least I was in that realm of life where I was in a transition from like male to female. I mean, in a transition to a new house. And
Trump. No.
but yeah, I got my office area kind of halfway set up now. Gonna start recording from here. It's gonna get bigger and better. I got a TV in the background that used to be downstairs. That's gonna be on the wall behind me, and I think that's gonna look cool. I'm gonna have some stuff on
Nice.
there. But yeah, we're gonna get bigger and better.
Yep.
We're gonna keep doing our thing, enjoying ourselves. Thanks for doing the show with me, man.
Yeah, same here, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Keeping it going, man. Maybe even next week or something. Keep
Maybe
this thing
so.
going.
Never know. Until next time.
Never knew.
Go play some cool games and watch some cool movies and go work out and
Say
exercise.
boobies? Oh, sorry.
Go look at your wife's boobies. Go exercise, eat your meat
See
and
y'all.
vegetables and all that stuff. Bye.
Bye.